Alright guys, this is Valin with Valin Games, and I'm here to take you through my journey as I begin the hard challenges for Daenerys. I have not made any attempts at these yet. I have no idea what they look like, so you're going to be able to follow through them with me right from the get-go. Something important for you to know as we get started is probably about the level of power I've got my Dany at. She is currently sitting at 3 stars. I've got her primary Dragonfire ability upgraded to level 5, level 3 for that passive ability, and then level 3 for her burning ability. I also have her with a 3-star, level 14, and up amplified 1 time, hence that 2 in the lower right-hand corner. That's her Healing Salve Tactic card. The heroes I'm going to be using are also these guys, my level 50 Raventree Elite, and level 41 Champion of Winter, and though he's not nearly as much use, he's the best I've got, my Knight of the Rock at level 30. But he's mainly just going to be cannon fodder. Alright, so here we go. This is it. Hard challenge number 1. Alright, so right off the bat, we've got a number of maneuverable shield enemies here. That seems to be all we're facing. And we've got these nice little barriers here, which are going to kind of help slow them down. So I'm going to start Dany towards the back there. I'm going to get my Great Swordsman right up front there to start blocking that main pathway. My fighter over here to slow these guys down, and my archer right there. I'm not going to attack. I have a feeling these guys are quite powerful. I am just going to move him into position, and then use my archer to get in some damage without any counterattack possibilities. My Dany, I'm going to move back here just to keep her a little bit more out of the fray, and then we're going to end our turn. As you can see, my fighter's already going to take some heavy damage, though at least my great sword will be able to hold off a turn or two before he dies. And that's perfect. Most of those guys are, in fact, gathering right where I can strike them all at once, and that's going to be very helpful for me. I'm going to target the... Unfortunately, none of them are close enough for me to really make good use of my area of effect. I didn't mean to use the special ability there. Oh well. But that's alright. We're still going to be able to do a fair amount of work here. My fighter's going to die soon anyhow, so I'm just going to use him to take out that shield as much as I can meanwhile. And then we're going to let the enemy do their work, and that should weaken them down further. Now, I just need Dany to hold off a couple of turns to get that fire ready to go. And in the meantime, we're going to take out as many of these guys as we can. Looks like they're all going to gather there right towards the center again, which is fantastic. That's exactly what I want to see, and I'm even going to move my Dany closer there to encourage that mistake on their part. I'm not going to let my greatsword attack right now. That's so that he can continue to act as a shield for one more turn and get them to remain grouped up. And here we go. Now, as you can see, those shields do heal, so we do need to get Dany in position soon to start taking in some damage, to start dealing with some counterattacks here. Oh, unless they all burn to death, which, you know, is definitely preferable. Alright, he's going to get one shot at her, and that is that, folks. Hard level 1. Alright guys, so moving on here to hard challenge 2. I have not upgraded my Dani since beating her, this challenge just a moment ago, so I'm just basically going to replay pretty similarly to what I just did, at the same exact strength I beat it at. So one of the things we want to note here is that we're going to be up against 2 great swordsmen and 3 shieldsmen. The part about this level that makes it so difficult is that those shieldsmen heal not just themselves, but their allies. If you look at their thing, it says just adjacent allies, but that's clearly not true, as you'll see. So at this point, I've replaced my fighter with a shieldsman, who I found just to be able to have a bit more survivability, which is good because he's basically going to be our melee blocker. And our goal here is basically just to keep taking out those shieldsmen as quickly as possible. One important thing to know about them is that their heal ability is only going to be effective when they're not burning. Now, they are spread out, so unfortunately at the beginning parts of the game, it's not really possible to get them all burning at once, at least not in any way that I've found. However, we just got to be strategic with when and where we get them. Now you'll see that that guy that I basically entirely destroyed is going to go back to full health by the end of the turn, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to position the burning here. This is technically right here the most units I can get, but as you see, it's really not getting the shieldsman I'm most interested in right now. So even though it's gonna hurt how long it takes this, I'd rather just get that guy right there so I can get him done. It's worth it in the end. Because each one of these guys that we take out is going to be one less person that can heal. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have held off on that guy's skill here till I had Dani to support him, but it is what it is. I made a mistake, and I'll just have to live with it. We should be able to make this work anyhow. Now, I'm not hitting that guy out with that shieldsman simply because I want him to be burning before I even bother, and I want him to survive as long as possible to run interference for my bowyer. Not doing much, but I might as well hit him. It's not hurting anything to do so. There we go, one more shieldsman down. And good position here to hit a lot of guys with the fire. This is going to be really helpful for us there. We should be able to take out another shieldsman right now. Perfect. Only one left to go. Now, my great swordsman really isn't going to last long after this. Oh, well, actually, he healed a bit more than I expected. He may just make this. Perfect. They're done with the healing. So at this point, so long as we don't take too much time taking out these great swords, this game is pretty much in the bag. We're just going to move this bowman out of the way so that he can't get hit by any counterattacks if he survives, which he didn't anyhow. And then we're just going to start hitting this last great sword with everything we got. I'm even going to bring Dani in there for a hit or two. And folks, that's the game.